welcome back to the Grilled Sportscast. My name is Shane Creighton. I'm here with Blake Hammock and Landon Haynes, and joined by always in the studio, Victor Locke. We're back with another episode, and today's episode is sponsored by Deemed Fit for Duty. Use code SITM for 15% off your store-wide purchases. Go to deemfit.com and use code SITM. Now, there's a lot on the docket today, including the fact that Kansas baseball is in the top 25 for the second time in franchise history.
Well, in the top 20 for the second time in franchise history or program history.
You ain't really responding much. But how you doing, Victor?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm tired.
I think all of us are tired.
A little bit. I'm just trying to be here and trying to be conscious. Because I don't think you know this, but we did very bad things before we got on today. Well, at least me and him.
What did you guys do now?
We hit the yard.
Hit the what?
The yard.
Oh god.
For context, they were playing darts back there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. So, anyways, what's been going on with Kansas baseball?
We've gotten out to give me a second. Why did I not have this pulled up? What am I doing here?
Bro,
The most unprepared man in the history of podcasting. Introducing Blake Hammock. Jesus. Even Ray gets his stuff faster than you.
We are 27-6 with home and away splits being 13-2 at home and 12-4 on the road, which is pretty dang good. And we are 9-3 in the conference, which in the Big 12, which is numero uno in the conference as of right now.
Give a round of applause for that, man.
That's why they've been calling.
Nobody's clapping.
Okay.
Bro, no.
Hey, we got two people. Come on. Okay, we got all of them. Come on, let's go. Oh, we got all of them. Let's go.
No one
Perfect.
but
Oh.
around Kansas sports, we were able to keep Flory Badunga on Sunday, which that boy got a bat. Kansas probably gave him more or matched what Auburn offered him 100%. We do not know the interior.
Are we focusing on just baseball and basketball
For
now?
now, we're gonna roll into other stuff. Like I was gonna talk about the Masters.
No, I was talking about like, is KU just gonna be a basketball and baseball school now?
I mean, football looks pretty good. We got a bunch of transfer wide receivers from the SEC.
Yeah, but
And your boy JD6, the dark horse for, I will put money on it now. He is a dark horse pick for the Heisman Trophy, which is a hot take in there.
JD6?
Yeah, Jalen Daniels. I could believe it.
Brother, he declared for the draft.
He's taking another. After this year, he took another year.
He was a senior, dude.
Yeah, he has another offer for senior, or he has a fifth year because he had a redshirt year.
Really, is that so?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know.
Wow.
I am very not well versed in my own sports community. And also I'm kind of on a different planet right now. It's a bit of mix of both.
So this weekend we got the Masters coming up, probably the biggest major in golf, or at least in golf sports, in my opinion.
It is the biggest. What do you mean?
The U.S. Open's pretty big, and
No, the Masters is bigger by like a long shot. All right.
That's true, but you got your big time favorites. Royal McIlroy probably is gonna be up there in betting odds. I don't know. Scotty Scheffler, who won it last year, is probably a big pick for this upcoming Masters. My dark horse pick or at least for me, Gary Woodland did amazing 2 weeks ago at a tournament. He was second place.
Isn't he from Kansas?
Yeah, he's from Topeka. He went to KU for golf. He won a bunch of tournaments. Korn Ferry Tour level, and then went up to PGA golf around there, won the U.S. Open in 2019, got brain cancer, golfed with brain cancer for a year, then got surgery, and then now he did really well. I think it was at the Valspar Texas Open, and then now looking, he didn't do so hot this past weekend. I can't remember what tournament it was, but this week I could see him making a really good if he replicates what he did to you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Another thing is like you got to realize how painful that is.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people describe it as imagine a pulsating parasite in your brain 24/7 for basically until you die. What, being diagnosed with brain cancer and then
Like just the bounce back. It's not the medicine. Well, I mean, it's kind of a bad term to use, but it's not the
mm, well, you could say that, but you chose not to. But
But
I am going to say this for the first time in a long time. I am so proud of my Sporting Kansas City.
why?
They beat their rivals, St. Louis City,
Mm-hmm.
2-0 in full time. And Jovic is the absolute greatest player of all time. And I will love him forever. And Ziegler is the greatest coach of all time. He rallied that team for that win with 2 goals in the second half.
Damn.
But it's about time we introduce this fella. He's a good friend of ours from Snowman in the Morning and also known for the Brian Snow Show. He's here. Brian Snow.
He's also here. All right.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good.
Cool. Very cool. Thanks.
Um,
Thanks for inviting me. I'm glad to be here.
We're glad to have you. So I know Blake heard of this story, but Landon, this is a very funny story I have of meeting Brian. So you went to Shawnee Heights with me. This man went to Wamego. But I remember telling him this story once, and it's I was sitting in history class. Actually, it was U.S. government.
Uh-oh.
And I get a little text from Shane Lake, one of my other good buddies that I've known through esports. And he's like, yo, Boss Man wants you to give him a call. I'm like, oh, who's Boss Man? He's like, oh, you're gonna find out. And he sends me a number. I call that number. Brian picks up and says, and I go by Droid. He said, what's going on, Droid? I'm like, wait, what? Who is this? He's like, it's Brian Snow. Or actually, no, I think he was like, who do you think it is? It's Brian. And
I sure did.
I
Oh
mute my mic on the call, I go to my teacher. I'm like, hey, can I go use the restroom real quick?
I have someone on the phone that I need to talk to. Can I step out?
Oh no, that teacher was not gonna let me do that.
Oh, she was.
Nope.
Nope. I knew it from the get-go. That's why I said, oh, I gotta go use the bathroom. And she's like, all right, be quick though. And I unmute and I'm like, so Brian, how about getting on the show? He said, what's it to you? And I said, well, I'm Shane Lake's buddy. And he said, you mean that one dude that likes hockey? And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
He said, perfect. We'll have you on in April. And I was like, okay. It's crazy to think it's almost been a year.
Yes.
I get on in April. This is like middle of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
and I drop an F-bomb live on the air like nobody's business.
You sure did.
I was like, what the fuck is going on in Winnipeg and Colorado? And he was like, whoa, you can't do that. And everyone just started laughing. I think that's still on the Brian Snow show, on the Snowman and Multimedia YouTube
I think
channel,
it is. I think it
where
is.
it's like a whole different segment.
Oh yeah.
But that was the story of how I got on Snowman in the Morning, became basically a regular, but more of a regular than people like Allison Moran, Jay Spivey, Dietz is just to name a handful.
Yep.
Man,
And
I'll tell you what, 11 years of doing Snowman in the Morning, and if it looks like I'm distracted, I'm doing like 4 different things at once. Man, listen.
I hear chips.
Doing Snowman in the Morning for this long when no one expected me to last even 2 years, just going off of an idea. Hell, that's how I got into broadcasting anyway, just going off of an idea. Some people, I live by a simple rule. If you want to do it, do it.
Yeah.
That's a simple rule. That's a simple rule of mine.
It can't be too simple now. It just can't.
Shit. Oh, yes, I can.
You can't do that.
Oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can. As you.
We do not care.
Shut up, Mike Tomlin. You on your way out the door anyway.
Bullshit.
We do not care.
We do not care.
You know I'm getting that sound next.
Mike Tomlin almost out the door
We do
anyway,
not
so you
care.
need to be quiet.
Hold on, Mike Tomlin. Thanks for being a bitch.
You find out that Mike Tomlin gets hired as a new coach for the Cleveland Browns.
No.
Thanks for being
No. Hold on.
What?
No.
No.
What'd I say?
What'd I say?
No.
Shut up.
She.
Exactly.
Oh, hell no. Oh, man, bro.
You find out Mike Tomlin is hired as a new coach for the Cleveland Browns.
Hell no.
I could see that happening.
Well, the Browns.
You know what? Mike, listen, Mike Tomlin to the Cleveland Browns.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Yeah, to
Hold on. We're gonna do
the no. To the no, no, no. Listen.
Kid knows where he's at now.
Bruh.
Exactly, bruh.
K-Dude knows where he's at now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Listen. If you're gonna do anything, you're gonna go up to LeBron. You're gonna take it.
God.
You're gonna grab a comically large PVC pipe and just hit him in the head with the.
Oh my God.
Such a dumb shit.
I
All
think we all
right.
want to do that.
It'll be just our luck the some bitch bends when he try to hit him with it.
Yep.
Oh Lord.
Friday.
No.
So,
Anyways,
kind of to continue whenever y'all were talking on Snowman in the Morning about baseball.
oh yeah, I was like, oh yeah, you didn't hear me. I was on the phone. You could like barely hear it in the background. I was on the phone with Shaner, and I heard you say baseball. I was like, oh, I'll watch any type of baseball. I'll do minor leagues. I'll do major leagues. I'll do college leagues. I listen to baseball.
all the time.
Same here.
All baseball.
I watch all and listen to all. I do not care if you're screaming in my ear or whispering it like it's a golf match. I'm watching that baseball.
As of the Royals,
Oh, imagine. Sorry for interrupting you, but like imagine just like Bobby Witt Jr. up to bat.
so
It's a
into
deep
like-
drive. It's a deep drive down left field.
I don't know what's
My lips are
worse.
closed.
That I could see that happening, or the fact that after
Wow.
a home run, everyone just does that golf clap. It's like,
Oh wow. Wait, hold on. I got you. I gotta find it. But I got the idea.
As he's looking for that, the Royals won yesterday against the Twins. They got a 4-game stand against the Twins. At
Ooh.
home.
Let's go Royals.
All right.
Let's
Right.
go Royals. Damn it.
For you. I got the example for it. All right, it's just like Bobby Wood Jr. up to bat. Here comes the pitch. Deep drive down left field. And wow, it's gonna be a home run. Bobby Wood Jr. and the Royals up 1-0 again. Oh, that's gonna be a beautiful clip to cut.
That is the reason I can never do golf. Ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
There are two
imagine
reasons.
instead of Mitch Holfus being like, here comes Kareem down to 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Kansas City. It's just, oh, here comes Kareem Hunt down to 35.
Hell no. Hell no. I'll call anarchy for that broadcast.
Touchdown.
5, and wow, it's a touchdown for the Kansas City Chiefs.
What?
Bullshit.
Don't it's the wrong way, Joy, but you sound like you'd be perfect for golf.
Do the hockey job. I'm going to in the golf business.
Well, I mean, it's a good time to start. The Masters are this weekend.
And instead of just instead of just Curry from way downtown, bang, bang. It's just and Curry shoots it from way too far away. And wow, it goes in.
It goes in.
Shut up. Shut up.
Curry from down.
Y'all are
Curry
nuts.
maybe in the middle of the city with how far this shot is. And wow, it's gone into the net.
Stupid. Y'all are stupid. I love it.
Okay.
Oh my
So they told Brian this story. But how about we inform Landon of the Whitney Young story?
Okay.
Oh.
I'll do this one.
Yeah,
Yes, you
got
did.
to.
You did on the first episode.
Okay. Vic and I were doing a volleyball match at Whitney Young back home in Chicago. We get going. Match gets going. Well, first of all, a young lady, Victor catches the attention of a young lady just as she mishits a ball and it comes hurtling at 100 miles an hour toward Victor.
Towards my face.
Mm-hmm. I reach up and get it before he gets planted, hand him the ball, and I walk away. And he looks at me like, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
Enter Laura Castleberry.
Who nearly
Oh wait,
slammed
no,
into
I don't
me.
think this is the right story. I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah, you think about the story about the chair,
This-
right?
Oh, trust me, this
the same
leads up
story.
to it.
It's the same story. I just didn't put this up.
All
This
this
is the
leads up
extended
to it.
version.
This is
Yes.
the unedited, extended, full version. All right. Enter Laura Castleberry. Laura Castleberry just jogs up to Victor, takes the ball, says thank you, gives him a big hug, pecks him on the cheek, and she runs away. Victor marches up to me and says, I'm going to kill you for that. I said, what did I do? And then my dumbass gets in even more trouble with their head coach, Jamie Walters.
Yep.
And I told Jamie good luck. As she almost inadvertently bumped into me, I get a smooch on the cheek. Victor's laughing, and I said, I'll pound you into the dirt if you keep laughing. So here we go. Off we go with the volleyball match. They're playing North Lawndale. Serve is going back and forth, back and forth. I'm calling a match. Victor's helping me. Start of game 2. I hear this.
What the heck?
And my mind went, oh, fuck. You gotta be kidding me.
What was it?
Victor heard that in the midst of a loud house. It was a full house because there was a division title on the line. In the midst of a full house, Victor says, I heard something creak.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did too. Do you know what it is? No.
I have an idea what it is, though.
Game 2, no problem. Game 3, however, and I turned off the microphone and I whispered, "Oh, fuck." Victor's laughing at this point because he knows what's going to happen. And by the tail end of game 3, I'm sitting on the floor, flat on my ass, looking through the table,
Arms folded.
arms folded, still calling the match. Coach Walters runs up to me. Oh, yeah, I'm sitting there like this, just like it nothing happened. Coach Walters comes up to me and says, "You okay?" I'm fine. Chris Cassidy, the athletic director, comes flying in. And he goes, "Brian, are you all right?" I'm fine. Victor looked at me and said, "What are you going to do?"
What?
You're doing this shit right here.
I'm calling the game.
I'm calling the game right here, and I'm not moving. It went the full 5 games. Whitney Young pulled it out after being down 2-0. They win They win the game 3-2. They win the division title. Everybody celebrates except my ass because I'm sitting on the floor. And now I'm like, I don't want to move. Knowing I have to move so I can drive home. I finally get up. My back hurts. My ass hurts. My head hurts. And then all the girls came in after the match and gave a hug to me and Victor because we covered them home and road that year. It was 2007.
Every game. Every
We did
game.
every game that year. I quietly packed up the equipment. Victor walks out with me and I'm shaking hands. I'm getting hugs. I'm like, "I'll see y'all later. I want to go home."
There's the bike.
I got in my car.
Spike.
I got in my car and hauled ass.
Haul ass home.
How
There's-
much was your speed approximately?
You don't want an answer to that
I get my
question.
answer. How much? How much?
He was probably
Let's-
pushing over 100. I'd put
Let's just say I'm glad the cops did not stop me.
I don't think it was anywhere near as fast as what
I-
you guys
I
were
don't
the last time I talked.
I don't
to you
think the
guys.
Death Star can compete with the speed of Brian after a game.
I don't think
Because
he was as bad as the one
I
you
put-
guys had, where
I
you guys
put
were
the car in
airborne.
I have gave a fist bump to Victor. He got in his car, drove off. I waited. I backed up a few feet and hauled ass. I'm glad the cops in the city didn't stop me. By the time I got to 111th Street, I was certain I was going to get stopped, and I was certain I was going to run into traffic. Nope, neither.
Nope.
I stayed in that left lane and hauled ass all the way to Gary, Indiana. By the time I got to 130th Street, I was doing 70. Victor called me. I didn't answer. He called me again. I didn't answer. I finally got home, got my gear, got in my apartment. Victor called me. I took the call and Victor just said, "Are you home?" "Yes, I'm home."
Good.
Thank God. And he goes, "Did you ever have that?" Victor says, "Did you ever have that happen?" Today was the first time.
Man,
That's me in a chair that went kablooey, and I continued on with my call through the table and saw everything.
and didn't miss anything.
Lord, oh my God.
The fact with this story is that you proceeded to pull that off with perfect precision. Gets me every time.
Listen, I was zoned in. Okay. By the time I got home, I zonked out with Victor on the phone.
Yeah.
Victor called me. We were shooting the shit, and the next thing I know, Brian, Brian.
And the snores got louder.
Louder. The snores got louder.
With every call, just nope.
Victor loves to mess with me when I go on a road trip or come back from a road trip. We went down to Champaign, Illinois. I drove down to Champaign, Illinois. Me, Corey Miggins, the SID at Chicago State at the time, and like 2 other people drove down to Champaign because Chicago State had to play University of Illinois. Went down there, played U of I. I'm like, fuck y'all, I'm out. I got Corey back and we flew home. I had to stop and snooze for about 30 minutes because you're talking about driving 2 hours to Champaign, having caffeine twice over, and then rolling into Assembly Hall, calling a game that was pretty close, finish the game, do the post-game interviews. I get the post-game quotes, get back in my car. I had to snooze, like I said, on the way home for about 30 minutes. I dropped off Corey. I zipped home to Gary, locked my car, brought the keys in, brought in my gear, didn't even make it to bed.
Dang.
Found the
Give me a hell yeah. I said, give me a hell yeah.
I didn't even make it to my bed. I got to the couch and bang. That's all I remember.
right.
I slept for a full 2 days. I look at my phone and I see 10 missed calls from Victor. Another 10 missed calls from my mom.
Ever get 10 missed phone calls from your mom any time in life? You
No.
messed up.
It's multiple missed calls and then 1 missed call from dad.
That's how it usually goes.
Listen, my dad didn't like cell phones, and God bless him, I miss him every day. He would have my mom call me, and then he'd take the phone and start talking.
Mhm.
I'm like, ah, hell. But like I said, I missed 10 calls from Victor. I missed another 10 calls from my mother. And by the time I finally woke up, I looked at my phone and I said, Victor, give me a minute. I called mom.
Think about me. It's your mom you got to worry about.
I called mom. Hi, mom. Where the hell have you been? Champaign, Illinois. Kind of, sort of, maybe.
For 2 whole days? No.
Were you there for an extended trip? No. Then why haven't you called me? Sleeping. Loud. What do you mean sleeping loud? I was snoring. How's that?
For 2 whole days.
And then I get the signal that I had a game to do in Hoffman Estates,
Which is even further than
which is
Champaign.
further than Hoffman Estates going north is a bitch because there are 2 tolls I don't like. And both of those motherfuckers were mean. And I'm getting the look from people because I had to go to the Sears Center.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the look from people saying, you don't belong here. Fuck a whole lot of you. Yes, I do.
Yeah, we get some of those. Yeah.
Huh?
You heard me.
That's crazy, man.
This is Hoffman Estates. This is a very rich neighborhood. This is a very rich town for as small as it is, being a suburb of Chicago. I got the look the entire day. 1 o'clock tip off. I'm doing my thing. I get a tap on the shoulder. I turn around. There's a young lady looking at me. You know how The Rock does the eyebrow?
Oh, Jesus.
You get the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we know where this one's going.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I turned. I said, yes, ma'am. And she says, "That is not you broadcasting, is it?" And at that time, with everything that's happened that week and me being tired, I'm thinking,
You know what? That makes me mad.
so I politely turned around, put my headset back on right as we were finishing a break,
Mhm.
and I kept going. I get another tap on the shoulder.
Oh no.
Same bitch with the eyebrow, a locked in stare, and she brought company.
No.
And I'm thinking,
Get me out of here!
before I do a
Tiger uppercut.
to both of them.
Oh,
And I'm also thinking,
Are you kidding me?
why do you sound like that?
Oh God.
Huh?
I politely turned around. I thought in my mind,
Stop the cap.
and
God,
You can't make this shit up.
Bro.
I will let you figure out the names they were calling me in their head. I will not repeat them here.
No.
I will not repeat them here. The game gets done. I do my post-game interview, and I'm in a shirt and tie. That's my standard. All right. When I'm on the air here in studio or out in public, unless it's baseball, because you got to protect yourself from the weather and everything. Shirt and tie. Period. Wouldn't you know it? They followed me out to my car.
oh hell no.
Followed you?
Jesus.
They followed me out to my car. And then I heard those voices spewing insults at me. Very, very, very bad insults. And at that time, Victor, you remember the first car I had. I had a Buick Regal.
Yep.
I had a white Buick Regal. Clean. That sumbitch was clean.
Bro.
What? What did I do?
That was clean. Buick Regal was clean. I drove that sumbitch into the ground, but I had it. They're spewing insults at me. I politely put my bag with my gear in my trunk, closed it, headed toward the driver's side of my car, stopped. I turned around. I walked to the other side of the car like I was inspecting something, and I wasn't. And I said to them, I suggest you two better get out of the way because I'm about to haul ass and go home. Thank God they moved because I put the car in reverse and stepped on the gas.
Jesus.
Heck yeah.
That
I was not sticking around for that shit.
Wait, what did
Got out
you
there quick.
you said? Oh, how yeah? Did you really just say?
Heck yeah, he got out there quick.
oh
Oh, come on, man.
I got many, many stories over the course of 30 years. I've been sportscasting for 30 years. I don't believe it's been 30 years because I've had, for the most part, I've had fun. And when I met Droid and brought him aboard the crew, I knew he'd be perfect. I absolutely knew Droid would be perfect, considering not just his sports knowledge, but his hockey knowledge.
Yeah, it's hard.
He came in kicking ass. And I want to say, Droid, I appreciate you. To the point where I call that crazy kid my on-screen son because he reminds me so much of my son.
The funny thing is, Droid went off on Monday. Jesus Christ.
Fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic.
But there's another story of a friend of mine. We were on the road and we went to one of those like park preserve like rest stops where you can just, where it's like just a bathroom, a pair of bathrooms, right? He said, I gotta go to the bathroom. He went into the bathroom. I'm sitting outside just waiting for him. He goes into the men's bathroom. He comes out within like 30 seconds. I'm like, that was quick. He's like, I didn't use it. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't use it? He's like, that is a nasty ass bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
None of the toilets work and they're all stocked up.
Oh, Jesus.
I said, what are you going to do? He said, I don't have a choice. I got to use the ladies' room. It's the only one that works, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, just don't get caught. He said, I don't have a choice. So he bangs on the door, says, I'm sorry, but the men's bathroom is not working. I'm coming in to use the bathroom. That's it. No one's in the bathroom. So he goes in the bathroom, does his, starts to do his business. It's like about 3-5 minutes later. Here comes a family.
Oh, no.
Man, woman, and a little girl. They get out, they go to the bathroom. As soon as the woman is ready to open the door, my friend comes out. And I saw that he turned at least 80 shades of red. He was so embarrassed. He's like, I'm so sorry. I couldn't go in there. And of course, the mom is like, look at him, like kind of side-eyeing him, right? I'm like, what, like, what are you doing? He's like, just get in the car and let's go. So we got in the car, went down to go get gas, like a couple of miles later. Here comes the same family.
Oh, geez.
And he's in there, grabs the stuff, and the woman goes in there with her daughter, and they go into the gas station. And I'll just sit here filling the car, and I look, and they start talking. I'm like, oh, God. I don't have money to bail him out. So I really hope that they're not calling the police on him or anything like that. Please let it be okay.
Please.
He comes out. I said, is it bad? He's like, actually, no. She looked at me. She said, I'm so sorry I had any like misgivings of you because you were absolutely right. My husband couldn't use that bathroom either. They were all destroyed and it was disgusting.
Yeah, buddy.
But at least everyone understood that there was no choice in the situation.
Right. Oh, I got so embarrassed when I had to do that on a road trip.
Oh,
I had to do that on a road. I had to do that on a road trip. We were in Missouri.
Oh no.
Whenever you're in Missouri, it's always the start to a very memorable story.
Y'all know.
Wait, so you went to Missouri? You went to Missouri. I'm sorry, sir, but
I did.
You can't do that.
I did. And y'all know better than anybody. Strange shit happens in Missouri.
Yep.
Why it's called Missouri.
I went to school. I missed it. What?
That's why it's called Missouri, man.
Yes.
Missouri, yeah.
I went to school in rural Missouri, Kirksville.
I was born. I was raised the 4 years of my life in St. Joe, so I kind of understand the give and take of this situation.
Yeah. I mean, dude, strange shit always happens in Missouri. Went to Missouri.
Weird. It's like the Midwest version of Florida, dog. Like
It is, dog. Listen.
you walk into a convenience store in Florida. This is the first man you're gonna hear.
Man, I drank 1 beer, 2 beers,
What?
3 beers,
What?
4 beers,
What?
5 beers,
What?
6 beers,
What?
7 beers,
What?
Crown Roll,
What?
Jim Beam,
Yep.
Jack Daniels,
What?
vodka,
What?
tequila,
What?
and a couple more beers on top of that.
Yep. I'll tell you what, though.
Average
Going there,
Floridians.
we went to Columbia. I had to do a game at Mizzou, women's game. And it was part of a doubleheader. And I wanted to say to watch the men's game, couldn't because I was with Chicago State. And if they left my ass, I have no way to get home.
Oh boy.
So did the women's game, went off without a hitch. Then we went to eat. And yeah.
Oh no.
I heard an order from one of our team, from a member of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, tired as fuck. We're in Missouri. It was snowing like shit when we left.
And you always got to do the we listen but we don't judge.
Yep. This young lady, bless her heart, was so tired that when ordering drinks, she said, and I quote, "I'd like a diet water, please."
Huh?
You heard what I said.
Is that just dehydrated
Can I get a
water?
diet
man?
water, please?
Huh?
She said because she actually wanted a Diet Coke. All right. She actually wanted a Diet Coke, but she was so exhausted. I mean, so exhausted. She changed her mind and she wanted a water. We were talking about it at the table. She was one of the auxiliary members. Me, her, Corey, the SID, and a few others. I heard her say, "I want a diet water." Corey and I fell out laughing.
That's how I felt like a minute ago. It was like, can I get a diet water with a side of ketchup?
But I got to tell the two guys this one.
Oh, I have a feeling I know which one you're about to say.
Yep.
Oh no.
I was doing youth baseball. Droid, hold on to your seat. I was doing youth baseball one day, and this kid comes up to bat named Ryan Sample. Why did that give me goosebumps already? It was 2007 when this happened. And while he was at bat, his mom decided to come up to me and said, "I got a funny story for you." And you ever hear somebody say something and then your spider senses just go completely off?
Yeah.
That's just one of those times. She said, "I got a funny story for you." So she's telling me how she met her husband and all that. Now, keep in mind, the kid's name is Sample. Last name is Sample. While she was telling me how she met her husband, comes this sentence, "Because my maiden name was Seaman."
I feel like that one clip of I Show Speed where it's just like holding in a laugh, just
Dear God, I wish I was making. Dear God, I wish I was making this up.
oh,
Oh, come on, man.
You can't do that.
I fell down on the ground and I was cracking up. I couldn't announce anybody. I couldn't score anything in my book. I couldn't do anything. And my friend, my partner, Victor Locke, heard me, gets up, comes flying over to my field.
Well, the thing is, I didn't hear you. I saw you on the ground.
Yes, there is truth to every part
I
of
saw
that.
him doubled over on the ground. So I'm
Yes.
thinking, oh shit!
Yes.
Yo, he got hit by something. Something
Right,
happened.
right.
Like that, I start jogging over. I hear him howl with laughter. I'm like, oh, he's laughing. I said, "Do I want to know?" He said, "I will tell you later."
I did.
Cool.
I did.
I did. I swear I did.
Meanwhile, Zach, his umpire,
Oh my gosh.
peels off his mask with tears flowing down his face.
Yep. Yep.
And what did you ask him,
I
Brian?
said, "Did you hear?" He stopped me in mid-question and said, "I heard every word."
I don't know what you do after that point.
I don't know either.
I think I told you.
Here's the kicker. 6 years later, I'm prepping for a game with Trinity International and Olivet Nazarene up in Chicago. I get Olivet Nazarene's notes. I'm doing my spot boards. And I look at the quarterback's name, and the name was Ryan Sample.
Like, oh,
I'm
no.
like, oh, dear God. This can't be the same kid. I'm running, doing my research, and I was like, please don't let this be the same kid that made me laugh my head off.
It was.
It was.
Is it Ryan or Brian?
Ryan.
Sample.
Ryan's Sample.
That is like one of the weirdest last names I've ever heard.
I have a weirder first name if you want to hear it.
What is it?
One of my coworkers at a temp job that I was at, her name was Aurelia. Sweet girl. We were talking about weird names. She said one of her good friends in school
Oh, Jesus.
was a girl named Placenta.
Placenta?
Oh,
Yes.
I know this one.
Yes.
Because I think did you mention this with like Cole Johnson and Chris Bass?
Yes. Her mother thought that the word placenta was so beautiful
And so sweet.
and so sweet that she named her daughter that.
Dude, you should-
And okay,
Bad for the kid in elementary school. They were just giving her the works.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
And that started a birth of a Chris Bass iconic voice line where it's placenta booty Johnson.
When I told them this story, Brian walked away.
Mm-hmm.
Drew had his head in his hands,
Yes.
and
he
Cole
did.
threatened to end the show.
And I wouldn't have blamed him if he did.
Oh Lord.
I would not have blamed
Now,
him.
to be
if he
fair,
did.
I asked him, "Are you sure you want to hear this one? Because it's not going to go where you think it's going to go." They're like, "Of course." We asked about the weird names. Go ahead and tell us. Okay. Y'all asked for it. Girl's name was, and yeah, she got the worst of it in grammar school.
I bet.
She got the worst of it.
I thought I got it bad. Nope.
No.
I like that. In fact, I turned what was an insult into a nickname.
Yeah.
But to finish the Sample story, I look at Ryan Sample and I'm thinking, this can't be the same kid from Matino, Illinois. I look him up. He is. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Yep.
Now what? My next call was to Victor.
Yeah, it was.
I said, Victor, you ain't going to believe this shit. What's going on? You know, I got the game Saturday with TIU and Olivet Nazarene. Yep. You want to hear the last name of Olivet Nazarene's starting quarterback? Who is it? None other than Ryan Sample. He hangs up the phone.
I hung up, called back, and said, "How are you going to do this without laughing?"
I said, Victor, I don't know. I don't know how I was going to do the game, knowing what I know about Ryan Sample, especially with his mom telling me her maiden name. I get up on the roof, getting everything started, and I'm praying he doesn't throw the ball much. I'm praying he doesn't throw the ball much. Because in my head, I'm playing the phrase, here's Sample back to throw, and every other joke in my head is popping in my head at that time, and I can't do it. Do you know he threw the ball 51 times?
51 times.
I bet you could find 51 jokes for that last name. We're going to be on.
Right?
I have 5,100 jokes ready. By the time I climbed down and went to visit with said Ryan Sample, his dad comes up to me, shakes my hand, gives me a hug. I looked at Ryan and I said, "Where's your mother?" He says, "Oh, she's in St. Louis for the weekend." I said, "Thank God." Because if I see her, I couldn't shake her hand. I'd be laughing.
Yeah.
I told y'all, almost 30 years I've been in this business.
So kind of.
I can't. You know.
Yeah. So, should I tell him? I think Brian, did you watch our first episode of us coming back, or?
I did.
Okay, I think you kind of understand the Patrick Mahomes story, right?
The
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a couple. He's
Patty Mahomes.
Dude, that entire trip was a goofball story from the start.
Yes.
And then before that, I kind of got picture evidence. I showed the boys in the studio before we got started, but whenever I got Shane cracking up, whenever I said my grandma ran into Dean Wade at Long John Silver's in Manhattan.
Nice.
I got the picture proof for this now.
I think what was funny was when you guys were driving and somehow the car went airborne.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Story, don't we?
You gotta.
Yeah. So there. That's
Nice.
Oh wow.
yeah. All the boys in the studio have already seen it, but that picture. But so back to this story. So after the Kansas City Chiefs game divisional round against the Texans, we were driving out of Truman Sports Complex, which is a terrible drive out of if anybody's ever had to make that drive before. So we were turning. So our buddy who was driving was following GPS at the time. We go. It said the GPS says to turn to a blocked off road.
Oh boy.
Which we're like, what are we supposed to do here? So we just keep going straight, and then it tells us to go through some suburban areas, like some suburban roads and stuff like that. So we were cruising on through. I think he missed a turn, so we were coming back around to get back to that turn. So, since it's like a beehive with all these roads, there's like median roads in between that connect other roads to such and such. And then, so we were coming back around. We make the right turn. There's a pothole and a piece of snow that's probably hardened. So Shane says, "Hey, watch out for the pothole." Or, well, not really says it like that. He screams it out loud. So,
No, I just screamed Drake's name. I'm like, Drake!
I'm just thinking that Droid used his golf voice. Oh, look out for the pothole.
Oh, why isn't that just lovely?
yeah. So he swerves out of the way for the pothole. There's a piece of snow right there. I think he shot this car, so it's not a very big car. It's a 2014 Nissan Versa, though. Not a big car to begin with.
It doesn't even have a lot of power.
Yeah, it's basically so that's another part of the story. But so he just like Dukes of Hazzard launches the right side of the car up into the air. I swear we're like 5-6 feet off the ground. I'm surprised we didn't tuck the front bumper of this thing under the car with how it landed. But it was in the air. Shane was thinking, "Why are we up here?" And then I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
This Joker ass laugh. He's like,
I was probably laughing as hard as you were laughing at the semen bit, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
I'm over here. I can't breathe because this man's laugh.
So this kid, whenever we were driving with him, this kid had to keep focused and not bust out laughing with us for like 30 fucking minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was just sitting there stone cold. Steve Austin just like his pupils are dilated. He's probably making noise the entire time. Just bruh.
You gotta hum it out. You gotta hum it out, man.
Yep.
Whipping out Batman music. Like,
oh no.
I forgot about that.
Batman.
No, this is like Dark Knight, like Asylum.
I'm laughing like the Joker because I think y'all heard it a second ago whenever Victor brought out this placenta story. So,
Bodie Johnson.
So I was laughing in the background as this theme plays. Shane starts laughing again. And
Oh,
then
no.
he's just saying there like, God damn it, stop. He's like, I don't know what else you're expecting.
You couldn't stop. You couldn't stop laughing, and I was crying at that point.
Dude, we were both tearing up the entire time.
He's at all. And the
I
thing
think
is,
the time I genuinely stopped laughing was like whenever we got to the McDonald's.
oh yeah, the loves that had the McDonald's over the across the street.
Lawrence, I swear, I did not stop laughing until then. It was that bad.
It was the Emporia rest stop, I think, where that McDonald's is.
Right out, or it's the Tonganoxie, actually.
The Tonganoxie
Yeah,
rest stop.
Yeah.
Well, it was one of the two, but all Drake's trying to do is get us off 435, get us onto 470, so we can get back on I-70. It's still looking straight, doing that I show feet speed face, just
The entire time.
and then he gets called by his brother, asking if he'd seen the Washington Lions game. I'm like. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I've seen these two idiots are screaming about it in the back."
Yeah. Really, whenever I was still laughing my ass off. Literally, that's it. But still, it's just.
You also gotta remember, you sound like the Joker mainly because your voice was so broken from screaming.
Yeah, that it sounded like.
Like I sounded like I aged about 10, 20 years when my voice was gone. Like I really dropped to like a hey, what's up, baby girl? Like that.
Garth Brooks.
Oh yeah, been there.
Garth Brooks is crazy.
Been there. Been there.
Yeah.
It ain't fun, but been there.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We haven't even talked really about sports. It's just been stories.
Yeah.
This has been stories.
Well, I was trying to bring it back to sports, but as of right now, the game for the Royals tonight, game 2 against the Twins on our homestand.
And they better beat the hell out of the Twins.
We got
Yeah.
we got Reagan's on the bump, and they got Lopez, so it's the battle of the aces tonight.
That's gonna be fun.
They better beat the hell out of the Twins.
Oh yeah, don't you have a Columbia East game to call?
That has changed. I don't know what time my wife will be home, so I can make that game. That's why I'm trying to push. I'm trying to push my GoFundMe as far as I can, so I can get repairs done on my car and I can get back to moving, and just be more independent and not put pressure on my wife to get me to all the games that I've scheduled, and just give her a little breathing room.
Yep.
Because she's got enough stress to deal with. I know she loves her job and I love her. I love her dearly. I don't like seeing her stressed out. I don't like that at all.
Oh Lord, Dr. K would rip this man to my left a new one.
That big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, well, I'm from the deep south. And I'm like, Dr. K would kill you.
What, son?
Listen, you don't want to go up against Dr. K.
Me and Victor
All right.
learned that hard lesson.
Yes, we did.
You don't want to go up against Dr. K. All right.
Oh, remember the last time he pulled out a southern accent?
Uh-huh.
And she said like something about
I married a man from Chicago, not from the backwoods of Mississippi. What the fuck?
That was the commissioner's
I was
second.
under the table,
a
dying.
lot of people were.
I still get asked about that to this day. Like, when's the commish coming back? I don't know.
Yeah, same. Vic A.
Well, you also got Neba, but
and then yes, Shorzy. I love
come on, man.
I love Shorzy because Droid argues with Shorzy.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
No, Shorzy is like a little side character I do for jokes when I'm in audio only. I'm like, oh yeah, I'd like. Oh, who's this Elon Musk guy? I'd like to put him in the boards. And I'm like, you want to put everybody in the boards, Shorzy? Come on, chill out.
He did that on air, and I couldn't say a word because I was laughing so hard.
Oh, who's this Dan Miller guy? I'd love to check him in the boards.
Right.
No, don't do that, please.
Kinda like, what is it? I know Shoresy's like an actual Hulu,
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he's originally from Letterkenny.
Yeah. What is it? What's his go-to saying? I can't remember.
Give your balls a tug.
Give your balls a hit fucker.
Give your balls a tug.
This is just
You want to try it out?
Dude.
That's
Oh.
crazy, man.
I'm actually shocked. There it is.
I know how he feels.
That's the Joker for you guys. Holy shit.
Look, I know how he feels. Okay.
The sound of that.
Oh god.
Jesus, man.
What are you gonna do now, bats? Looking.
Mm.
Okay.
I've got the whole city rigged with explosives.
So,
The fact that Mark Hamill didn't want the Joker role and now he's always going to be known as the guy who plays the Joker is amazing.
Oh Lord.
yeah.
Because he even said he did not want the Joker role. He said, I'm going to be as over the top as possible so they don't hire me.
Right.
And now he'll forever
Yeah.
be known as the animated series Joker. That's insane.
Oh Lord. Anyways, getting back on track. The Rockets, my Rockets, the Houston Rockets,
Houston Rockets.
they demolished the Warriors,
They sure did.
holding
106
a
to 96.
30-minute playing Steph
Mhm.
to
3 points.
5 points.
5 points.
That's impressive.
Well, they're
It is.
a defensive dynamo. Though.
It was a great defensive effort. That was a game I called.
The top 4 scorers,
That was
the only players to hit more than even 10 points was Gary Payton, Buddy Hield, Podzimski, and Jimmy Butler.
Correct pronunciation is Pajimski.
Pajimski.
Yep. Brandon Pajimski.
Only one got even 20 points individually, and that was Buddy Hield in 25 minutes.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. They were due to fall flat. The Warriors were. They had won 5 in a row up until that point.
And
And
also,
then Houston has improved their See, listen, the Houston Rockets are finally playing the kind of defense they were playing under Kevin McHale, and they stupidly fired him.
yeah.
Daryl Morey's dumbass, which is why the Sixers are in ruins.
Ime Udoka, he's finally developing that play style.
Mm-hmm.
Flowers by Ime Udoka.
Oh no, Brian does not care for Joel Embiid. Like
Fuck
we're
Joel Embiid.
there it is. It's always these
Joel
3
Embiid.
players. It's always fuck Joel Embiid, fuck Russell Westbrook, and fuck James Harden. And fuck
I'd
LeBron.
like to
too.
begin with the following statement. James Harden, you a
You a
bitch.
Joel Embiid, you a bitch.
You a bitch.
I actually hate him.
Dude, listen, if he never
I hate more than James Harden. Fucking Grayson Allen.
Oh my god. That's a name I haven't heard in a minute.
I remember whenever Frank Mason waffle stomped them in Vegas. That's the last time I've seen this man play any significant minutes.
Lord.
Dude, that's weird.
When was the last time you seen Zion weigh less than 300 pounds?
Fuck Zion. I knew he'd be a bust from minute 1. Fuck
You
Zion
can say,
Williamson.
I mean, you built like Russell,
Yeah,
Blake.
I mean, what's wrong with a little bit of friendly fire every now and then?
Listen, man, I got something. Zion Williamson, walk away, please.
If he can even walk.
Walk away while
He
you still have
rolls.
the ability, because you ain't gonna even-
Did Victor just say roll away?
He rolls.
you know what, Zion Williamson, even you can walk away with this theme in your head.
Sir. See, the thing is, like, when it comes to Zion, I think the problem is just where he's playing.
Oh yeah, you got a
Because
lot of crawfish.
it's not just that, but like there's no structure in NOLA. There's no structure in New Orleans.
And there never will
Hold
be
on, hold
until
on.
they change ownership.
This man is dying.
Until they change ownership,
done,
there
Dutch.
never will be. There
No.
never in life will be structure.
Because you
In New Orleans.
had Zion Williamson be that strong dude, and then you made him the
Listen.
fat dude.
Mm-hmm.
Or they were a team. I mean, the Bobcats were the same way. They-
Holy
Oh, the
shit.
Charlotte Bobcats when that was a team.
Time.
Oh my.
Time. We got some breaking news here, and it goes like this.
Okay.
Denver Nuggets coach Mike Malone has been fired.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I saw it on ESPN, but
Mike
I was like,
Malone
nah,
is
this is
gone.
This is some more Woj conspiracy theory stuff. But no, with 5 games left in the season, Michael Malone, say goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Mike Malone has been fired
I remember whenever I
as the coach of the Nuggets.
That's crazy.
I don't understand why.
I don't either.
He brought Denver the only NBA championship they have.
Exactly. Give them some
He brought them an NBA championship. He got the Nuggets to the playoffs.
Again.
It's not like they were sitting around in Denver. It's not like
Now
they
they
were
wait for the
sitting around-
play-in.
Wait a
Hey,
minute.
listen. Let me just call the Denver Nuggets front office. How many beers have you had today?
Man, I drank 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, 4 beers, 5 beers, 6 beers, 7 beers, Crown Roll, Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, vodka, tequila, and a couple more beers on top of that.
Thank you. After one losing season, what is this, Jim Montgomery with the Bruins?
It's not like they were like recipients for the NBA Cup. They were actually contending teams.
Listen, they're not the Pelicans who are banished to the NBA Cup.
Don't you ever, ever
In your
in this
motherfucking
lifetime or any other lifetime mention the NBA Cup.
And I'll probably mention it again tomorrow.
I know you are.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially since
the
there's-
Charlotte Bobcats.
Just a moment.
out to the
Women's
NBA.
news.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm waiting for the story to pop up here.
Women's
The nation's leading scorer, Tanaya Lotson, moving on from Florida State. She is transferring to South Carolina.
Oh Lord.
You know, and me and Playmaker had a talk saying, he said if Tanaya Latson transfers to South Carolina, all bets are off. Wrong. I have a simple philosophy. To be the champs, you must unseat the champs.
Yep.
Period. You want to be champ, South Carolina? Get back to the final and beat whoever's in front of you. It's a simple thing. To be the champs, you have to unseat the champs,
Which is probably going to be UConn again.
which is probably why South Carolina got unseated very unceremoniously by a UConn team that hung 82 points on their asses.
This is why the Bruins PTSD sound is this.
Poor Shane.
On him. Verhage wins the series for Florida, and this joyride ends in a Hindenburg-like ending. The Bruins are the second record-setting team in a row to drop the series in the first round.
But I mean,
You're fired.
Courtesy NESN, and the all rights belong to the National Hockey League. This
Yep.
is labeled under
Yep.
creative use.
And every time Droid puts that up,
Shane snaps.
Shane gets mad.
He just does this. He
yeah,
stares off
same
into the
here.
sunset.
I mean, that's kind of what happened to my Hurricane.
Dear Jim Montgomery.
You're fired.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing that year that happened with my.
Oh yeah, the
Man.
Canes.
The Kings.
Good truck with a shot. He scores.
And we got
And the
some
Florida-
4-0.
I love the Kings too.
We have such a young team. I think some good luck will befall us at some point. Hopefully.
No.
But I doubt it.
No.
No.
We do not care.
No.
Mike Tomlin, get the fuck out of here.
Right?
I love how so before y'all actually got in here, Blake was over here like we need to be family friendly today.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
We need to be family friendly today. I'm like, no, the fuck we're not.
Like that was not happening. That was doomed to fail.
So, in other transfer news, is on Sunday, Floyd Badunga returns to Kansas after entering the transfer portal.
Badunga is a crazy name.
It's not that crazy.
No, it's not.
He's from Africa.
I've seen crazier.
But like it's like
Listen to that booty.
placenta booty Johnson.
The booty Johnson.
Listen, there are types of people who name people that with those names, and I've come to realize
General Booty.
that they have graduated from SU, stupid university.
Where everyone graduates. Magna
Come
cum stupid.
Because I can't take it. Because I can't take it no more.
Yeah.
Vamonos, dominos, ominos. Stupid university where everyone graduates. Magna cum stupid.
One of my favorite commercials is one that we haven't seen in a while, but it's one that just came up.
Is it
LJPN presents Hofax. No, LJPN is sponsored by Hofax. Before she hoe, and you gotta know. Tell her, show me the Hofax.
Show me the whole facts.
Okay.
Yes.
I got that came out the first time I ever did I was ever on a show with Brian. We were talking about
I'm Ray LJPN
and I approve all this.
Oh yeah, that's the this program is presented by Hooked on Bronix.
Oh gosh.
We're talking like an idiotic bronzexual.
Unsexual.
Hooked on Bronix
Bronix.
can set you
And
right.
save you life.
Call 1-800.
I got you. I got you. Hold it. Hold on. Call 1-800.
You okay?
I'm Ray LJPN, and I approve all this.
The funny thing about the Hofax was that it really came up about Ime Udoka. And it's like, he ain't no honest hoe. Well, no, he's not honest hoe. It's like, you got
the facts.
God, I remember that conversation.
And then all of a sudden, my friend Sick Diggy asked, well, how do you know when someone is an honest hoe? Like, how would you determine that? It's like, well, get them a resume, something like that. Or, show them like, how you have show me the Carfax, show me the whole facts.
Yep.
Everyone lost it after that. Like, show me the whole facts. I think what made me laugh most was why I said LeBron James needs a whole facts because he goes from one team to the other.
Oh,
he needs a whole facts.
There are many people, LeBron included, that needs a whole facts.
Yeah,
I said it.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook.
James Harden. James Harden would break whole facts.
Harden, you a bitch.
He has too many teams that he is ruined just by being
way too many.
Russell Westbrook.
He already
No, James Harden. James Harden has ruined teams.
So is LeBron.
Let's see another one. How about you give me Jared Dudley?
Jared Dudley.
Come out for me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
That's what we use for deeds.
And then another good one for that would be Zion, actually. since we know his, never mind. We're not going into that.
No.
Zion's famous gumbo.
Zion, see,
like Zion.
stop
Zion.
eating. You're not gonna make the league.
Wait, what? Did you say stop eating?
Yes.
Zion, please stop eating. You're not gonna
Into
make the
the
league with your
league.
big fat ass. Cannot do a pick and roll.
He can't do a pick and roll. He is a roll.
I was gonna say, bro. The only
Fuck the
thing
pick.
goes back to
He's
the
just a
buffet.
play. He's just a roll. Fuck a pick.
Bro, we are out. But for real though, another. Since we were talking about basketball, do you know who? This was on the corrupted footage of the first actual episode we ever did.
Mhm.
So I proceeded to go off on. Y'all might not know who this is, but he's an insider for KU sports in general. Mike Vernon on Twitter. I do not like this man. I think if I were to ever have a relationship with this man, it would be an upstanding beef. I do not like this guy.
Okay.
It's very easy. And then, so this had all started a couple weeks ago after Kansas was exited in the first round of the NCAA playoffs. And I see the morning after that, I wake up and I see a post by him saying KJ Adams is a KU legend that gets way too much disrespect.
You want to know something?
The fuck?
This is you with Mike Vernon.
I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
This man is
I must have that song.
I do too.
say
That is Snowman. That's a Euphoria by Kendrick. It's one of the disses at Drake.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
this. I proceeded to go on Twitter and I proceeded to use all my words on a response on this man, or all my letters, since Twitter has a cap out at some. It's like 54 letters or something.
No, it's not 54 letters. It's like the total amount of characters is like 250 characters. You are limited to
280. 280.
To use all of my characters, and I proceeded to say, "Bro, what are you smoking?" And I put in parentheses, "probably crack." And then I proceeded to say, KJ Adams didn't average over 10 points in his entire career at Kansas. Not 10, 9.2. And then I said, you know what? Fuck it. DeJuan, if you're probably going to say DeJuan is as well, DeJuan averaged 5.4. 5.4 is crazy for a guy that's supposed to be one of your leading guys on a senior class team that's supposed to be a hot shot team in the tournament. What are we talking about here?
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
Self-respect, because I do not like this man whatsoever after that.
Out of pocket. You out of pocket.
I have muted him on Twitter at this point, and I have proceeded to make fun of him at every turn he makes a dumbass comment on Twitter. I proceed to torch this man.
Like, why isn't Jason Whitlock?
Basically.
Don't get me started on Jason Fatlock.
Don't even get me started on Steven.
Don't get me
like that
don't get me started on Jason Fatlock, okay?
Oh man. Is it Stephen A too?
Wow, that's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them.
Duke.
that's you from now on looking at Vernon's Twitter.
Too much words.
Too bad I'm not reading them.
Nope.
That's just kind of been.
That's me with bronzexuals, man.
Yeah.
For real.
That's me. That's me with listen.
No, yours is Bishop Bullwinkle. All right.
Who is Bishop Bullwinkle?
Bishop Bullwinkle is the man that made the most iconic sound to this day. Brian, you can play it.
It sounds like this.
But
I got something to tell Droid. I got something to tell you.
Jesus.
and it goes like this. I no longer have to go to wound care.
Nice.
I figured that out.
They healed me out on Thursday, and I got to send y'all a video of where I finally got a chance to do something I've been wanting to do for 2.5 years. I finally rang that goddamn bell.
Congratulations, man. I'm like unbelievably proud of you.
One more mountain down. All right. Now I just got to make sure I keep my legs moving and get them back into shape. Push my GoFundMe to get repairs on my car done so I can help Jody out doing Uber or whatever. Even if I just get to $500 and I can secure a rental, it'll get me started. I can get back in the game. And I'm about to cry, so y'all forgive me. But Droid knows and Victor knows the most important thing for me is my family, my wife and my children and my grandchildren. I was asked recently, why do I fight so much? They're the reason. Matter of fact, while we're in the process of showing pictures, let me find a good one here.
You know, like I'm gonna call a personal foul on Blake for going off of Mike Vernon.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business. He played it there.
He's giving them the business.
I love it. People ask often, why do I fight so much? That's why. That is my beautiful bride, Jody.
So, random side pan here. As of right now, it is top of the 6th, 2 out as I'm reading this. But Detroit is up 5-0 on the Yanks.
The Yankees have
Dear New York
fallen
Yankees,
off.
thanks. Dear New York Yankees, you've been torpedoed.
The Yankees have fallen off hard.
Torpedo bets, buddy.
Like I said, dear New York Yankees, you've been torpedoed. Signed, the Detroit Tigers.
Oh my God! Now it's the bottom of the 6th because Jazz Chisholm just popped out.
See you later.
Dear New York Yankees, you suck.
I hate Jazz.
Oh, I got Victor cracking up one day. We made our slate, and one of the things we were going to talk about was Justin Fields.
Oh, God.
Victor didn't know how I was going to open that. So I played the intro. I took the camera, and my first 4 words were, Justin Fields, you suck. And I killed Victor with that one.
No, I think my favorite from the show personally is you not only
Oh,
your
yeah.
draft picks, you not only sold your quarterback, but you sold your season for DJ Moore.
You have not only mortgaged, you have risked, doubled down, and now thrown away
your entire future for
DJ Moore.
And then came the Thanksgiving game.
Oh, Jesus.
And the Chicago Bears.
Dude, that
You
was a terrible
wasted
game to start with.
you wasted your head, your eyes, your thoughts,
and your
to
ass.
watch Dak
Prescott. And your sanity. Well, my sanity.
And the sanity.
Thanksgiving Day, whenever Chicago had seemed to be the worst time management I've ever seen in an NFL football game.
Oh no, worst. Oh, in NFL, yes, but worst time management was Ohio State versus Oregon, the first game that they played.
Matt,
Will Howard slid and time ran out.
And then Ohio State woke up in the second game in the Rose Bowl and kicked their ass.
Oh yeah, Uber fools.
Matt
I saw
Uber
from a
fool.
Chiefs. I saw a tweet from a Chiefs insider forgetting it was April 1st saying that that we were hiring Eberflus. I was like, no. And I looked at the date and I was like, oh, thank God.
God, right?
No.
Yep. I swear, if that really
It
was,
would.
if that really was,
That, you look at that and you say,
if
I
that
know
was,
who this is. I know who that is in the back with the Kansas shirt on. Who's this young fella in front of me with the K-State shirt on?
That is going to be Landon Haynes.
Mr. Haynes, you like you were ready to crash.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if that was an
What's wrong?
official trade,
What'd you say, Landon? What's up?
I was saying, what's up? If that was an official statement that Kansas City hired Matt Eberflus,
You already know.
Droid would be like,
Listen,
Droid's like, I want a hot seat. I want it now.
Droid would have
I want a
texted.
hot seat. I want it now.
Droid would have woke everybody to fuck up.
I quit.
And he either says, he would say, you need to fire up the hot seat right now. So I'd scramble getting here in studio, helping my wife get ready for work and getting her out of here. I'm like, the fuck am I? I would be like, what the fuck am I doing? And then Droid would be pounding the screen. Open up, damn it. Give me my hot seat right now.
Oh,
and
my God.
Droid would roast the fuck out of that.
Yep.
Listen.
I mean, we have Matt Nagy. That's probably worse enough, right?
Oh, God.
Dude, I fucking hate Matt Nagy.
Who doesn't is the real
I
question.
don't care if his son is on the fucking Kansas football team now. Fuck that guy. If Kansas football is bad this year, which I project it not to be, I will bring a sign that says "Fire Nagy" just because fuck it.
Listen, one of my favorite bits we had was with a man by the name of McCarthy.
Oh, Ryan McCarthy.
Ryan McCarthy.
Ryan, the supervillain. McCarthy.
Do it, Victor. Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the international Irish Italiano is supervillain. Espresso me coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that just meeting Ryan for the first time was an interesting interaction.
Oh yeah,
because I remember y'all were like, I don't know what these two are about to do. I'm afraid. I'm scared for my life. And I was like, why are you scared? There's nothing to be scared about. And you're like, bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You called my bullshit immediately.
Yep.
Ryan has a favorite hockey team in the New Jersey Devils.
Jersey Devils.
And
yep.
we know you are a Panther fan.
They fell out of the playoffs, didn't they?
Yeah, they are. Yep.
Yeah. I was like, oh no.
I hate the Devils.
I think the funniest and most painful. I think the most painful moment for Mr. McCarthy was when the Albany Empire was owned by none other than Antonio Clown.
Oh, jeez.
Here's the bit I was looking for.
Okay.
Well, I was kind of right.
Oh, it was during a commercial. Like I found it.
Okay.
Right here.
On Sexual Stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronsexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YOKAY. Real LJPN. Now approve all this.
Paid for by the city.
Oh my god!
I didn't even when Cole first sent me that. When Cole first premiered that, I didn't even look in the bottom right corner at the pay for it.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch it either.
2 more trips watching that shit to make me laugh even more when I look down and I see that.
Okay, I found this.
Let's bring Droid on right now and talk some NHL hockey. Droid is here.
What's happening, partner in crime?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning, NHL fans. How are we doing today?
We're doing great.
Good morning.
Have you stopped laughing yet?
Like, I gotta say,
apparently I had you cracking up with my rants
earlier. It's including Victor's rants. Oh my god, y'all have me wheezing for like 10 minutes.
Thank you, kind sir.
They took the words clean out of my mouth. I had nothing else left to say.
And
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
And I told George
Warmed up to say something about the Winnipeg Jets and the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh,
For those who missed it, the Colorado Avalanche and the Winnipeg Jets are facing each other in the first round. You want to know what the final score of Game 1 was?
Lay it on us.
7-6, Winnipeg over Colorado. How the fuck do you let up 6 goals each on each side? Georgiev, Hellebuck, what are you doing?
That's one for the swear jar. My gracious.
Oh my God.
To our radio affiliates, will not be getting this episode. I'm sorry.
No, not today.
Not today.
I love George's hand motion. How the fuck do you surrender 6 goals on both sides?
He whips up the Donald Trump hand signal.
And I'm basically like an Italian at that point. It's just like, how the fuck do you just blow a 3-goal lead in 10 seconds?
George was such an Italian that morning.
Yep.
Baylor on the road.
And I didn't send that to the radio affiliates. There's no way I was going to send that to everybody. Nope. Wasn't going to do it.
I remember you told me off the air, you're like, you fool. I was like, what did I do? You said, you swore. And I said, I only said fuck.
I just see it.
And he's like, yeah, and you fucking cost us money, technically.
Like, oops.
Oh yeah, I said thunder. You said thunder something. The accelerator. I said he thunder cunted his accent, his alignment into the pavement. This is referencing the launching into the air. Oh Lord. We plan to do Sporting Kansas City. We also have a Royals game we're going to this year. We plan on.
I love Kauffman Stadium.
The K is so nice.
The K. Wait. Do you work Friday?
April 1st for some reason.
Oh yeah, you start working Friday, you asshole.
I will be working this Friday. What are you talking about?
You work? Oh no, it's an away game.
Yeah, but on April 1st, I was tweaking out whenever I saw on on 810 Sports Radio that they said they were going to airlift the K, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, what?
Oh, speaking of April 1st.
And it's funny that I saw this because I'm built like fucking Russell from Up. So I was like, what the fuck are they going to do? They're going to up the stadium to freaking North Kansas City? And I'm just like, what is going on?
Oh, Lord.
So this is the first time I've even seen this.
Oh, Lord.
He is keeled over dead. So for context,
hold on. We got this coming up on the screen.
This is going to be crazy. So for context, that's who I look
like. Show a bit more of the hair. Show a bit more of the hair. Hold on. And we're going to cut back in 3. No, get that hair ready. We're cutting back in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
There it is.
You might want to move your arm a bit so your face is a little bit.
Yeah. There you go, buddy.
That's crazy. That is always gonna be you self-insulted. That was the best part.
But it was kind of funny with the joke, though.
Yeah, it was. It absolutely was.
It was a really good bridge for that, but
bridge.
April 1st, whenever I saw that, I went to Drake, who we work with at the time. I was like, dude, look. He's like, I showed him, and he proceeded to say, are you going to be leading that crusade? And I was just like, what do you mean? He's like, are you going to be leading the airlift? And I was like, you fucker. Verbatim, at the front of the store, I went, You fucker.
Oh, and Tiff got mad at you.
Yeah, it was not a good time. But you know what?
Lord. There's a few people we've interviewed. Matt Taylor on Snowman in the Morning. Matt Taylor,
Yes. Matt Taylor is
Indianapolis Colts.
Matt Taylor is very dear to me.
And another radio broadcaster we interviewed was the Bears or the Vikings?
Packers. Wayne Larrabee.
Wayne Larrabee, yeah.
Wayne Larrabee.
I'll figure out to get Bill Self on here full soon.
No, we're not.
You know what? I didn't think that Matt Taylor would come on the show.
How do you think I felt with Dan Miller?
I
emailed Dan Miller. Okay, so you two don't know about this, but I emailed Dan Miller at like 9 p.m. and I'm like, "Yo, would you like to like come on our small little morning show?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, sure. What time?" I'm like, "Huh? What am I supposed to do with this?"
Right.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, a couple weeks ahead," and it got pushed back a lot. Because it was getting close to playoff time. There wasn't really. Dan was always working at Fox, so he gave us 30 minutes to about 40 45 minutes of his time. To talk, and I think that was the happiest I had been in a while, because I had a smile from ear to ear.
Yeah, you did.
I did this. I pulled this off.
I pulled a fast one on the guys one morning because, like Droid messaged Dan Miller late, I did the same for Wayne Larrabee. I sent him a message and I just said, I'd love to have you on whenever you have time. I'm getting ready to go to bed and I see a message and it says, sure, what time? Huh? My idol, one of my idols said yes to coming on the show. I said, all right, 12:05 Eastern, 11:05 Central. And I sent him the link. I didn't hear from him. I did not hear from him. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm not gonna pull it off. So just let it go. Yeah, he pops in the back and nobody knew. And then I introduced him, had him on for a good 20 minutes, which had me over the moon. Victor wanted to kill me.
Jeez.
Victor wanted to kick my ass.
Yeah. Because I wasn't prepared.
I never asked. Why did you want to kick my ass?
Because you knew good and hell well you shouldn't have pulled that one off. I mean, I'm glad you did, but the fact that you didn't tell not a soul.
No, because I didn't think he appeared. I didn't think he'd appear.
There was no warning, no nothing. Just, oh, by the way, Wayne Larrabee's here. Huh?
It's like the guys, when I said I have a surprise, the guys were like, what? And then I said, please help me welcome the fabulous voice of the Green Bay Packers. And then I played the graphic, Wayne Larrabee.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Victor wanted to beat my ass at that point in time.
Well, usually when you say I'm surprised, usually it's like someone that we haven't seen in a while. Something, okay, maybe Cole came by for a day, Wise came back, maybe Cool McCain. No, he's like, yeah, please welcome the voice of the Green Bay Packers, Wayne Larrabee. What?
Exactly.
Well, the legendary Wayne.
The legendary Wayne Larrabee.
I'm beating your ass.
After the show went off the air, Victor was like, "You bitch." What? Oh my gosh. It has been fun being on this show. I can add it to the resume, and it has been a fun, a challenging 3 decades in broadcasting, where I've pushed every button I could. A lot of buttons got pushed back.
Yes.
Thank God they did. Thank God they did. But man, it's been one.
It has.
It's been a hell of a ride. And I ain't stopping anytime soon.
Nope.
I love this shit entirely too much to hang it up now. Which reminds me, we got to send a shout out to another dear friend, Bill Schoening, because Bill Schoening is retiring.
Oh wow!
After 24 years with the Spurs.
That is a long, industrious career.
I love Bill.
That's an amazing career, man.
That is amazing.
I love it. I love him. I love that man. He gave me a shot to work with him. And when I lived in North Carolina, I said, Bill, let me know when y'all play Charlotte and my wife and I will come see you. He said, I'll do better than that. Why don't you be my stats guy and I'll throw you $100? Huh? You're going to do what? I told my wife, and before I could finish explaining what's going on, she said, go for it. Wait, what? She's like, yeah, go for it. I can't make it that night because I have to work late. I got to work late from home. Go for it. Next thing I know, I was driving my ass to Charlotte, North Carolina. And the Spectrum Center. And leaving a note in my windshield, y'all haul this bitch, I'm kicking your ass because I'm part of media since you don't have media parking available. And that was the first time I did stats for an NBA game with an NBA announcer. Bill Schoening. Love that man dearly. In fact, I did it for him twice. 2020 in Charlotte and 3 years later in Indianapolis, where I got to see Victor Wembanyama in person. Victor Wembanyama, you made a liar out of me. And I appreciate that. But man, it's been a ride and a half. It's been a ride and a half. It's been a ride and a half doing this.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man.
It has been wild.
I'm sorry, my brain is just going.
I think all of ours are doing that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I may still have to do a softball game. I also have to clean my office per my wife's request because under my desk looks like shit. So I'm really hitting the wall here. And before I even think of laying down, before I even think about it, I better get my ass up and get moving.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to do it for us here. This is Grilled Sports with me, Shane Creighton, joined by Blake Landon Haynes, Victor Locke as always, and a special guest, Brian Snow. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you all next week. Later on.